It is what it is. All right, we are live. Welcome to another episode of the What's in Your Tackle. My name is Kelly Bullock with the Bullock Experience, and we have special guest Mike Greenwell, Mr. Bumpin' Mike Greenwell today.
How's it going, everybody?
So, Mike, just whenever you're ready, you can take it away to start talking about. I guess we can talk about bait fishing first, right off the bat, because you got to get that bait.
Yep, as a cat fisherman, we got to have that bait. So I got a few different rigs here that I use whenever I'm going after. I mainly use skipjack and shad. So I found these here snap swivels. I really like them. Tie just a regular knot on there and put 3 of them on there. It gives it just a little bit more action when that's going through there. A little bit more action than just being tied to the actual line.
Yeah.
Got them about, I go about 12 inches apart. Always do, if I'm fishing an area when I know they're going to be real thick, I will only go with 2 of them. Because you won't need 3 of them. But
yeah, especially if it's thick.
I always put those split shots.
Okay, yeah.
Put that on the very last one, so that way when you cast it, that one's a little bit heavier, and it'll always land right.
Yeah.
Because they're all the same weight. Them things will tangle up, and you'll spend more time untangling than you will casting.
Oh yeah.
That can get very frustrating. Very frustrating. I just had that in my hand. Where did it go? There it is. Another rig I like to use. Get those swivels or those sinkers there. It's got swivels on both sides. It goes down to a Foley spoon. Those things work really well for skipjack. Really well. I just found
Thomas Littlepage is in.
Oh, hey, Thomas Littlepage. How's it going, buddy? On man, why does it keep beeping at me? On those Foley spoons, I just found a guy the other day on YouTube. He puts another trailer hook down here on this hook so it hangs down for them short bites. He seemed to be wearing them out like that the other day, man. I was pretty excited. Well, Thomas, you guys going to the dam Saturday?
Yeah, he said he's gonna try one of these this weekend.
We'll have to get up. So I think I'm going up there Saturday or Sunday morning. So let me know give me a text. Let me know when you guys are going. Another rig I like to use is just a regular sabiki rig. I've got a bunch of sabiki rigs. And I will take and tie that Foley spoon rig on the end of a sabiki rig. It's long. It's real long. But give yourself plenty of room to cast it. And, man, that being on the end of that sabiki rig, you can wear them things out.
Thomas said Sunday, he thinks.
All right, well, give me a text, brother. We'll get together and we'll go up there Sunday morning. If you don't have any of these, get you some of these too. Those things are great, especially for bait rigs.
All right, cool.
So many bait rigs, man. I actually won this off of Catfish Weekly a couple of years ago. It's called Rig Wrap.
Okay.
These are called Shiny Heinies. Them things, all different color heads. I like the orange, as you can tell. I got orange tied on quite a bit. But same thing. I got them about every 12 inches. The very last one got that split shot on there. Those things are deadly on skipjack too. I don't know how much skipjack fishing you've done, Kelly, but man, sometimes when you go,
we don't have skipjack around here.
Oh, really?
No, we just got like our little I can't think of it right now on top of my head, bluegills and things like that.
Oh yeah, where you at?
Lake Cumberland.
Man.
And we might have some up farther north than us because I think me and Lee Evans was fishing with some skipjack, but I don't know if he actually caught them or he bought them.
Right. Another thing I like are those white curly tails.
Yes.
Just get the actual little crappie jig with nothing on it. Put these on there. Tie 2 or 3 of them on there, and you're good to go. Thomas, man, put 2 or 3 on the. Don't go crazy on that, man, because you'll be trying to cast. If you're not used to doing it, you'll be struggling a little bit. Mike Irvin came in. Mad Cutter Catfishing come in.
Yep. We got 5 people in the house now. Starting to grow a little bit.
He's right here. It's Bobby Garland Pink.
Yeah.
You get into some clear water. Those things are deadly, man.
Yeah, my brother Timmy with Chesapeake, he loves the pink rigs. Anything but pink. His bluegills, he can nail them easily.
That's pink and black there. You think I do a lot of crappie fishing with all this crap that I got, but I don't do any crappie fishing at all.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
But that's really about. I mean, other than the regular skipjack rigs, people don't just tie different colors.
Yeah.
Different colors and different. I put on, if I know they're going to be tough, I'll put on an orange, a green, and maybe a yellow. And if they start hitting one of those more often than the other ones, I'll tie one that's got all 3 colors of the one they're hitting most often.
Gotcha. Thomas says that we don't have clear water around here.
Right. It's beginning to seem like that.
Yep. There's country boy
catfishing. What's
now,
up, buddy?
when you go for bait fish, do you normally do it out of your boat, or do you go to creeks and just kind of do like a creek wading or a bank on those?
Well, it depends on the water level of the Ohio River.
Okay.
If the water level's up pretty high, we got the Newburgh Dam here that we can actually walk out on. It's got a walkway. You can actually walk to the side of it and touch the side of the dam. So that walkway there, you can walk up and down that and cast, and you can pretty much catch the crap out of them.
Okay, and that's where the water runs. That's where the water runs out.
It's not running out. Most of the time, they're in that slack water over there because even they don't want to be out in that 3 and 4 or 5 mile an hour current.
Oh yeah, okay.
They want to be over in that slack water. They're chasing the minnows.
And that eddy.
The minnows ain't going to be in that heavy current. So
yeah.
But I do go in the boat when the water's low. I get out there and find those current seams out there below the dam. Gotcha. And believe it or not, man, you could get behind a barge that hardly ever moves. If it's got a good current seam coming around it, you can sit there and catch booneye. You can catch some skipjack. You can catch shad in there. So, yeah. I mean, sometimes you take the boat and get lucky. Sometimes you just go from the bank.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we went down to Wolf Creek, me and a buddy of mine, I think about a month or so ago. We went for walleye and sauger. So I'll be definitely getting back on doing some of that stuff. I like that one.
Heck yeah.
So
everybody likes me, my nickname, Bumpin' Mike. So
oh yeah. Yep. That's one reason why I wanted to really showcase you differently is because of the bumping thing, because it's unique. There's only, as far as I know, there's only 2 people that do bumping. It's you and Chris.
There's quite a bit out there. It's just a lot of them don't show it on YouTube and different stuff. Yeah. These right here are my favorite kind of swivels when I'm bumping. Okay. Any kind of 3-way will work, but I like this one here. It's just a barrel swivel inside of a barrel swivel. I like them the best. But on a bumping rig for me, I always start from the bottom. I snail my hook, and this is just a miniature version of my bumping rig. Usually you want your bumping rig to be from the hook to the first swivel, you want it to be about 12 to 15 inches.
12 to 15, okay.
So this is just a miniature version, like I said. But I always put a snail on the Gamakatsu hooks. Always a snail. And you go to the ball chain swivel. That's a polymer knot that attaches that.
Okay.
And on the other side, you put another polymer knot to attach that. Then when you go up to the swivel, you want to make sure that on this swivel, you have your hook leader on the outside. The one that's coming on the outside, not the one in line with your main line. You want it on the outside.
Okay.
So that way that bait will be floating out here.
Gotcha.
You want your sinker leader going on the downside. That way when that sinker is touching that bottom, you get all that feel.
Gotcha.
And on that sinker leader, see, I might have a piece of leader line here. On them sinker leaders, I just take and tie an overhand knot with a loop.
Okay.
That way you can slide your sinker right through there and pop it back through, and you can change them in and out. Really, really simple, really fast, really easy.
Gotcha. Where do you normally buy your tackle from?
Blackout Bait and Tackle. He's in Crossville, Illinois. He's got everything you need.
Yeah.
And if he don't have it, he'll get it for you. He's a really good dude.
I think Thomas put on there that he got his stuff from the Blackjack Tackle too.
Yep. Thomas, yes, you want to have a lighter line on your sinker leader, so that way if it gets snagged up, you can just break that leader line off and just put you a new sinker leader on. But most of the time that hook gets into a piece of wood or something, you're just going to pop the whole thing off. So
we got Ernie Brown's in here. Sogo's jumped in. Country Boys jumped in. We got 9 people in the house. Thanks, guys, for coming in. Make sure that you do turn those notification bells on both of our shows and channels to make sure you get all of our lives. I know most everybody in here is subscribed to both of us, but if you're not, make sure you do hit those links that are in the description. Both our PayPal links are in the description. Support both our channels.
I said before, I don't use many 3-way rigs except for bumping. If I go out and I know we're going to anchor and we're going to get kind of close to structure, I will use a 3-way swivel or a 3-way rig then, just so that sinker can sit here and that bait can get a little bit closer to them trees. These are the actual 3 ways I use for that. It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
That's just a normal 3-way swivel. But
yeah.
I hardly ever use a 3-way.
Most people don't. I mean, I barely ever see anybody use that style 3-way swivels.
Run them if I'm running a Carolina rig, which I do mostly for drifting and anchoring. It's got a regular one of those big old fat swivels. Up there.
Yeah.
This one here, I've only got I don't know, what is that, 12 inches of leader line down to the hook.
Yeah.
And this one here, I actually polymer knotted.
Okay. Yep.
I
think most of mine are polymer knots. I think.
There's a good tight snail. Make that one just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Down to a ball chain swivel. Them there. I mean, I tie all these up and have them all rigged up and ready to go. That way, when we get out on the water, we can figure out what's going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes, man, them fish are so tight to the bottom. Sometimes they're, a little bit higher, so you got to be ready for whatever. I don't know if anybody else does it, but I'm real big on using a stinger hook. These are Magamakatsu 1/0.
1/0, okay.
I will tie my regular rig, and I'll have that hanging, just 3 or 4 inches below. So if they come up in short bite, that one there will get him. I'm not big on a lot of fancy stuff, but I do have some of these in the boat just in case.
Some rattles.
Old rattles.
Oh, yeah. You never know.
Since I like the Carolina rig so much, I use the snap sinker. I do have some of the rig wrap kind where you can, if you forget to put one on, you can put these on your line after you're done tying your rig. So these are pretty cool. I like them.
Okay, so you just feed your line right through those little hooks on the sides of that.
Yep, I think I got a piece of braid in here. Just give me a second. I'll cut a piece off and I'll show you.
There you go. Everybody's in the chat said definitely this will be a good thing, especially if you forget about it.
Hey, this will be your main line. I always put my sinkers above the swivel. So this here, it's got those. Find the camera there. See, it's got all those notches in it.
Yep.
You can actually slide it right in. Did I just drop that braid? I sure did. Start on the one side, pop it in there, bring it around to the other side. I know it's hard to see on the camera, but
here, I can give you full screen here.
Pop her up in there, and she's in there.
Yeah.
Works really well. Yep. Sometimes you do forget.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do much dragging, but when we do, I'll snell the hook. I always use a snell. 99.9% of the time, I snell my hooks. And I do happen to have a demon dragon on this one. I don't use very many of those, and I always put a swivel in the middle for twists. Help stop them twists. Then we'll go down to about another 18 inches. I get them off of the sinker, and I will cut that plastic off of there, and I'll put them on the outside. So when you're dragging baits, these are always set up and ready to go.
Yeah.
Most of the dragon weights that I know of, they just got a little bitty swivel at the top, and you can just pop it right on there, put it on there, close it, and you're good to go.
Yeah. Sogo saying that, I think it was Sogo. Yeah, Sogo saying that he likes those. He says he's got to get them. So for Sogo, where do you get those the tie offs that you can, if you forget to tie them on? Where do you get those at?
These are called the rig wrap sinker slides. If you get lucky, Walmart has them in stock. But these things, whenever they get in stock, they're gone. They are gone that fast. So Blackout, he has them. I look at blackouttackle.com, I think it is. Blackoutbaitandtackle.com. And then also look on Rig Wrap. He's got them on there. He can get you them for like $25, the big pack of them.
Yeah, if any of my mods in there, if you got links to the Blackout Tackle or anything, please post that link for anybody else so they can take a look at some of that stuff. And I'll definitely be looking around here in Somerset or Walmarts and stuff and see if I can get a hold of some.
They're pretty good. I mean, because I don't know how many times people have tied their whole rigs up and then you got to cut the whole thing off because you forgot.
Yeah.
Now no more.
Nope.
These here, I'm giving these a try too. That's the Rippin' Lips.
Oh, cool.
Circle hooks. Everybody loves these things. My partner Jake caught that 92 pounder on one of these hooks here.
Nice.
I'm not big on change.
Yeah.
So that's why I still got my Gamakatsu. But I put it on a few rigs, and eventually I might switch over, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm not big on change.
No. Thanks for that link.
I was laughing the other day when Epic, Tim Scott and Sean, they was talking about their Epic, what they call them, donkey bait.
Donkey weights and donkey baits.
Can you see that?
Yep. 12.
12. That's the biggest I got. I used to have a 16.
Did you see his video where he made their big, huge ones? They're 25 pounders. Or 25 ounces, 25 ounce, big old. I was like, golly, but I mean, they're on the Mississippi and stuff like that. They gotta have that stuff. That current's wicked.
If I am out bumping and I do want to drop one to suspend below the, right at the boat. I put one of those 12 ounces on just so it'll hold it down.
Yeah.
But, I got the boat moving anyway, so most of the time a 12 is gonna hold it down for me.
Yeah.
I used to have a 16, but it got broke off. I was sad.
Thomas says he has a 16-ounce bank sinker.
Yeah, that's what I had. That's 2
351.
pounds.
You got power now, 351.
What happened?
Oh, Cleveland, 351 Cleveland's wants to have some power in chat, so I figured I'd give him some power.
Most of my trilene, that's trilene 40 pound. I do have some it's hard. This is pretty wore out, but this is that Andy Monster 80-pound stuff. If you're gonna play with this 80-pound stuff, get good at tying your rigs, because these things are tough to tie. That 80-pound is like wire. It's like wire.
Oh yeah, tough.
Yeah, Ernie, if you've got an actual lead cast net, that's great. When you bust them up, take them off her and make good. Pass that over here. He needs to feel his reel.
There you go. I got the one at Walmart, the Berkeley Big Game Mono. I think I'm using 30 pound.
Yeah.
Mono is what I'm using right now.
Yeah, so I don't usually go too much. I hardly ever go above 50, unless I know I'm going to be fishing in some major structure.
Yeah.
Then I will get me some 80-pound on there, but not very often.
And so far since I switched over to it, I've not broke off yet. And I've had some areas where I've got some snags big time. And that 30-pound mono, man, it's tough to break a rig off of it.
It's got a lot of stretch to it.
Oh yeah, it does.
If I get hung up pretty well where I gotta, what's up, Hill Jack? If I gotta pull, tug, I'll go ahead and cut that off. And because after it stretches so much, man, if you hook that big fish and all that stretch is gone out of it, man, I get a little worried you won't get that fish in. Especially when I'm tournament fishing. If I'm out fun fishing, I'm not so worried about it. When I'm tournament fishing, man, every fish counts.
Yeah. Well, that and every rig counts too, because you want to make sure your rigs are good, because you don't got time when you're especially tournament fishing. You ain't got time to keep on switching rigs every time you get hung up. So you want to make sure something you got on it's not going to break too easy.
I always use braided line for my main line on everything I do.
Okay.
A lot of people, switch back and forth from mono to braid. No, I keep mono on my reels for everything I do. Okay. And then I'll just tie the mono for the.
Yeah.
I love braid. That's what when I started catfishing about 6 years ago. I started with braid because the less memory on the bait casting reels.
Yeah.
And I just stuck with them.
Yeah. So that's one thing I still got to get. I still got to get me a bait caster reel, but I'm still trying to figure out what to get and what kind of line to put on
it. I'd go get about a 6,000 Abu Garcia. Okay. Put you some 50-pound any kind of braid. To be honest with you, I use the Academy braid. It's called Pro Cat.
Okay.
It's not real expensive, and you see some of the fish I've caught on it. I trust it 100. I trust it 100%. I really do.
Some fish is in here, and Thomas says he only has braid on one of the reels he's got.
I love that braid.
Yeah. And his is the Berkeley 30. His is usually his line of choice. So.
Yeah, I'm a big. And if you're gonna get into getting you a bait casting reel, Man, get on Facebook Marketplace. You can find the Mabu Garcias on there all the time.
Okay.
And I mean,
I'll have to look at it.
I bought most of my reels used. Then just take them apart, clean them up, put some oil on them, and they're good to go.
I think you were talking about that in one of the chats before.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's if I didn't know if I was gonna get into it and stick into it, so I just put, instead of putting a whole bunch of money into it, I put a little bit of money into it and made it work.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not butt much into mine yet, so.
Tell you another thing that stays in my tackle box when it's cold outside.
That's one thing nobody's really showed me yet.
Keep them hot hands in there.
Yep.
Especially, I mean, you're out throwing that cast net. That water is 30 degrees. Air temperature is 40 degrees. Man, I mean, you got waterproof pants on, you got waterproof jacket on, but you ain't got no waterproof gloves throwing a cast net.
Yeah.
So I put them in my pocket, let them get all warm, man. You good to go.
What kind of tools do you keep in there in your tackle box?
Oh, well, I mean, I just got the 3/4 inch wrench for the rod holders, but then I keep just the needle nose pliers. I keep a set of channel locks in there, and I also keep a set of whatchamacallit things. I'm having a brain fart right now, but I don't have very many in there. I mean, just the normal stuff.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, I carry. Carry this book bag on a boat with me, especially with all this YouTube stuff that I'm doing. Yeah. That thing's got sinkers in it. It's got all my YouTube stuff in it. And if I'm gonna go bait fishing that day, I got to put my bait stuff in there too, because I usually take everything out of my boat.
Yeah.
So I got to load the boat up, unload the boat.
A lot of people, I'm not really seeing much people using tackle boxes much anymore. Most people got away from using tackle boxes. They use either some kind of a bag or book bag or something now. So it's interesting. It's interesting that nobody uses a tackle box much anymore. That's what I use. Yeah, I was telling that to somebody the other day. Mine's a lunch bag. I know lunch bag. That's what I use. It's my trays that came out of my tackle box actually fit perfectly. 3 of them fit perfectly on the inside of it, and then I just put all my other stuff around it. But it's my cat fishing bag. It's my creek fishing bag. It's my everything.
Why don't you guys like the braid line? I'd like to know why you guys don't like.
Who's saying they don't like it?
Hill Jack and Ernie both.
Yeah,
Hill Jack. That's a good idea, Hill Jack. He keeps an extra prop with him in case he spins one or something. That's a good idea.
Yeah. And a wrench and prop nuts too, just in case. All of them. And a whole set.
I like to weigh my fish. I weigh anything 10 pounds and over, just so I know. I'm starting to keep a log this year. So keep this. Yeah. This is a 110-pound. The Whisker Seeker. This is one of the best scales I've ever had. Pop them out, man. It helps you hold
it up, yeah.
Hold it up like that. So when you got that big fish on there, you're not trying to hold on to this.
Now, do you weigh your fish with the clamps in the mouth, or do you weigh the net?
If it's over 20 pounds, I go to the net.
Okay.
Anything under that, I will use the clamps, the fish grips.
So you kind of have an idea of what you're gonna if you're gonna need to use the net to weigh them or not right off the bat.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We've caught plenty of them. No, you can eyeball them and say that's probably going to be close to 20. We better go ahead and weigh him in the net.
Gotcha.
And there for a long time, I did carry a smaller net so I could weigh them all in the net, but that got to be too much of a hassle. I mean. You grab the wrong one and you kind of put a big old fish in a small net. That don't work very well.
Put a 40 or 50 in a net for 10 to 20.
I tell you another thing. I keep an extra trailer hitch
There you go.
just to be safe, because I got out there one day, Grant hooked the boat up, and somebody took my hookup, and they actually took the whole hitch off my truck. I'm like, really? Where's my ball at? Somebody came and took my ball.
There you go. Ernie told you about Ernie's giving you a reason why he don't like the braid.
Knots are hard to tie because it's so little. That's
Well, probably for him, he's like he's saying it's for be able to see it. He can't see it too good.
It's some of that bright green stuff. It'll help you out.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Chrissy Brown's in the chat. Ernie's other half.
She's fishing with Big Mike popped in. What's going on, buddy?
Ernie, you're gonna need a truck for your extra stuff. I've got a truck and trailer. Is that big enough for you? I've got a 16-foot box trailer. Is that enough stuff to hold your stuff?
I keep my stuff pretty simple. I really do. I don't have a lot of gimmicks. I don't have a lot of, I'm weights, hooks, and swivels, man.
Yeah. Well, it's if it works, why change it? I mean,
That's right. I started out, I got taught to just go out there with the simple stuff, and I've kept it simple my whole little career.
Yeah. You don't need all the flashes and all the bells and whistles to catch catfish. I mean, we used to fishing pole. I mean, a normal hook and night crawlers. I think when I first started out fishing at all. I mean, that's all we were using. I mean, we didn't have all these bells and whistles that we do now. All these different kinds of rigs and rattles and all that kind of stuff.
And I use my 8-ounce bank sinkers for everything except bumping. I mean, that's bumping and dragging. I should say that because I don't drag with them. But
well, that because your current, you got to use a heavier weight because
even when the current gets low down here, if I'm drifting and if I got to pull the boat upriver, I still use the 8 ounces.
Okay.
I don't ever go down. I never have.
Why is that?
I personally don't see the need in lowering sinker sizes.
No matter if current's pretty much dead or not.
I'm going after the big fish. So a big fish is not going to care about that 8-ounce sinker. If you're worried about that finicky bite on them small channel cats, I can see you going down size to little bitty sinkers, but I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about if I miss a 2-pound fish, oh well. But these bumping, I call them bumping sinkers. You see that one there is a 2.5.
Yeah.
I got these all the way from 2 ounces all the way to the 5 ounces, depending on current that I use. I use all these cannonball sinkers for bumping. I call them bumping sinkers.
Yeah.
If somebody's starting out wanting to bump, get you some cannonball sinkers.
Okay.
You got a whole lot more area for that sinker to bounce off the bottom.
Yeah.
If you're just using even you can see it even on that's that big 12. You got just about more surface on that cannonball sinker than you do that big old 12.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just whatever you can do to help you feel the bottom better.
And also with the cannonballs, if you got that round surface, so it'll be very hard for it to get snagged on anything because it's round, because it'll just roll off almost anything.
It does.
So that helps a lot too, especially if you're doing your bumping and stuff, and you're bumping off that bottom. Any rock formation or anything down there, it's just going to roll off that and not get stuck.
Hey, Ernie, just send me a message on Facebook, buddy, anytime. My phone's always on, buddy.
Yeah, Chrissy says that he Ernie takes half the house with him when he goes.
Been there.
We've got a few of them out there that still do that too.
I laugh. I mean, we used to do it too, but I laugh when I see people pull up to the boat ramp, and man, I'm thinking, man, is that boat gonna sink? I got so much stuff in there.
Yeah.
You never know. People like to have stuff, and that's okay. Yeah. I won't ever judge nobody for anything they do.
Hilljack says he's been using the Santee drifters lately. So
those are really good. Jimmy has a good thing going there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely does.
In my tackle bag, I love to have my recording equipment. I use the GoPro Hero 4s.
Hero 4, okay.
And these things here, man, the out microphones.
Yeah.
This thing has been a game changer. The wind noise.
Yeah.
This thing cuts down is amazing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I recommend anybody if any device you even use, if it's just your phone, get you a microphone. It's got that windsock on it, because you talking about a game changer when it comes to sound and everything. It blocks a lot of that wind off. Definitely.
On this GoPro Hero 4, I've got an extra battery pack on the back of it. I did that for 2 reasons. When I bought that microphone, you stick the microphone into here. Then you couldn't run continuous power. So you had to always change batteries. Yeah. Well, I got that extra battery pack, and now you can run continuous power in that cord and that port, put the microphone in that port, and I can have both my continuous power going, and I can have the microphone in there. So that really helped a lot. Because I like to set these things up and forget about them.
Yeah. Yeah. And
until I get a fish on, or doing an intro or doing an outro, then I'll talk about them. But while we're out just fishing, waiting for the fish to bite or whatever, I hardly ever I forget about these things sometimes.
Well, that's the thing of being out there. I mean, if you're out there doing a live and you're fishing, you don't want to have to worry about your electronics. You want to make sure your electronics are performing at their top peak every single time.
And this dude here, you can clamp it anywhere. Started clamping it on the back of the rod rack, having one facing at me. I mean, you clamp it on the side, you can clamp it on your window. It's pretty awesome.
Especially for those bringing it in and netting the fish. You got it right there on the rail or something ready to go. Aircraft One, welcome, buddy. Appreciate you coming in.
Another thing I like to do, I've got these things all over my boat. Velcro pieces.
Ah, interesting.
They got sticky backs on them.
Yeah.
Put a piece on the boat, put a piece on something, and I got multiple places to put the GoPros. They just stick them and hold them together. Got them all over the place. Works out pretty cool for me.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I've not had anybody say anything. I mean, I don't even know if Roger or any of the other guys have even talked about doing stuff like that. Usually they're always got it some kind of clamped onto something, or they've got it on some kind of a stand or something. But that's interesting just to sit there and Velcro it, and you can put it anywhere. Just have them, you move it constantly.
Move it all around. That's right.
And you put it in an angle that you need. Yeah.
I made a stand now where I can move the stand around different places. But before I did that, man, those things were pretty awesome. And I also do it for lights. Because I got those little canister lights that you open up and they shine real bright.
Yeah.
And I put a couple of them on the bottom and got some spots on the boat where I can just set them down and it'll hold for when I'm out night fishing.
Yeah. Thomas in there bragging about he can just pack up and go to the backyard to go fishing.
Well, here you go, Thomas. I'm only 15 minutes from 3 boat ramps here where I'm at, so that's the Ohio River.
I remember hearing him in some of the lives. He's chatting away. He said that he's been able to sit there on his back porch and fish. Or sit
when the water got up.
When the water's up so high.
Yeah, the water got up real high. He was sending me some pictures, and they literally could throw from their back porch.
All right. What kind of net are you using? What brand?
Oh, I don't even know what it is. I was walking through. I lost mine. I lost the brand new Monster 80.
Oh,
Going down the river, and I thought I put it in the rod holder really well, and I hit a bump, and it worked loose and popped out. And they don't float, just so you know.
No.
So we was out at Academy, and I was walking through, and I seen one, and I grabbed it. I went over to the price scanner, and it said like $30. And I was like, seriously, this thing's $30? And I put it in the cart. We're going to take this thing home. So I've been using that one for about a year now.
Nice.
Hard to swallow.
I don't know what it is, and because you're talking about that, is the cheapest stuff we never lose. We pay big money for this more expensive stuff, and that's what we lose quicker.
We was out one day last year. We took off to go up to the dam to catch some bait. We was going to do some night fishing, and the wind got crazy. The rain got crazy. So we turned around and we was going to go put the boat on the trailer. Well, let's just call it a loss. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
We get about 7 miles downriver and the rain stopped. And there's a tree poking up over there. I love fishing that tree. And we got some current. I said, man, let's just go anchor up on that tree for an hour and see what happens. We're sitting there. It started raining again, but we had the top up, so that was okay. But that night, I ruined 2 GoPros.
Oh.
I put them up on a spot, and they got wet. And I thought the GoPro Hero 4 is supposed to be waterproof, but they're not. They're not. And I don't put them in protective cases. Yeah. But luckily, we had another 5 on the boat that night, and we got some good footage. We ended up catching 3 over 30. And nice. I think we had 4 fish in an hour and a half, and I think it was like 115 pounds of fish.
Not bad at all. No.
The wind got a little bit more crazy, and we said, let's go. Oh, yeah. We've had a pretty good night. Let's get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Fishing with the Chad is in the house. Welcome,
what's up, Chad? How you doing, buddy?
I got some stuff working out with him and a couple other guys. If it works, they might be on a future show. So we're working on that. I'm waiting on one of them to give me some answers back. I've got 2 on board, so we're gonna have an interesting show on that one.
Heck yeah! Hey Thomas, is some of them carp that she's catching? Are you guys gonna use them for bait? She's been wearing some carp out.
I know. Good down there. She's been asking me if I've been catching her stuff, and I was like, yes, I have. She's been on fire. She has been on fire on it.
Yeah, Hilljack, I've done that before too. But that Monster 80 really hurt. That's $100.
Yeah.
So watch it sink.
Yeah. I guess the thing is, for everybody else that buys one of those big expensive ones, find some kind of a flotation device to put on the end of it. Just to make sure.
I thought about getting some of that spray foam and popping the cap off and putting that spray foam down inside of it on the butt end and see if that'll help. Yeah. Just float long enough to go get it.
Or, I mean, if it's not in the way, a pool noodle, a little small portion of a pool noodle or something that might give it enough buoyancy just to be able to still grab it.
Yeah, that's what I figured it would, Ernie. But yeah, I don't.
Hilljack, gotta be a celebrity to get on a show, LOL. Hilljack, you can hit me up anytime, man. Anytime you want to be on the show, all you gotta do is ask.
Hey, brother, I'm the furthest thing from a celebrity. I'm just old fishing guy. I don't. No, I ain't no celebrity. That's for sure. I just
Hey,
love to go out fish.
and
Get lucky.
that's what I'm here for. I'm just here to give the backstory of everybody's what tackle. I mean, yeah, we've got these other shows that just kind of give you an idea of who they are, what get their channel started, and things like that. But my show is basically to go in more depth. What are you using when you go fishing? I want to be able to help people get some of the equipment, some of the tackle that other people's getting. Like the blackout tackle. I mean, I want to give them more of a push on the show because people are using them. I want to give them more press. I think my first one was with Sogo. He bought a rip and lip tackle bag for him. That was nice. There's this little backpack that straps around and everything's got all this stuff in it. Chris from Hooks and Hammocks went that same day and bought it for his kayak. I mean, that's the point of this show for everybody that's in chat and everything, is to be able to show everybody's tackle, but also if you're interested in that tackle, be able to find it and buy it if it'll help you.
I don't know if anybody has seen that blooper reel. I put it on Palmetto's thing, put blooper of the year on it. My buddy Jake, we was anchored up on the Ohio River. And I guess he had a little bit of a bird's nest that we didn't know about. He reached back and went to throw that thing, and that bird's nest kind of caught a little bit, and it ripped the rod wheel right out of his hand.
Oh.
That's he just reminded me. He's in chat now. That was crazy. That was crazy. We got it back though. We got it back.
Chad says he's a little irritated. It can't be because of me. I can tell you that. Welcome, Jacob McFarland. Welcome in. Says he's put on here, talk the expensive cast.
That's what I was just saying.
Yeah. All about the blooper, yeah. Yeah, that's one of those things. It's out there. There's my Scotland. There's my Scotland friend. Liz Wallace is in the house. It's like, I think probably around 12, 1 o'clock at her time in the morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Hilljack just giving me a hard time. But I'm serious, Hilljack. Anytime you want to get in here, man, you can always find me. Oh, Bass Pro didn't have anything Sportsman Warehouse. Any. Chad. He couldn't find anything he wanted.
What kind of depth finder are you looking for, Chad? Shit, I got 3 of them. I'd probably sell. I got a Lowrance 5-inch reveal. That's my 7-inch. I won't sell that one. I just got that one, but I got an old Hook 7 and an old HDS. Things. I don't know why I got so many of them.
Yeah. Say he wants Hummingbird Chirp 12.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, it's only It's only 11:48 there.
I don't do good with them Hummingbird. I can't. I've been on the ranch ever since I first got my boat, so that's. My buddy had a Hummingbird on his, and I was looking at it, and I just couldn't. I just couldn't make the change.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me, though. I'm personal. I don't like change.
What's your thought on the? Do you use Garmin or not?
No, I'm Lowrance.
Lowrance. Yeah. Hilljack said Garmin. Thomas, Serena would be on your show, Kelly, but wouldn't have enough time for everything that's in her tackle bag and boxes. Hey, I'll give her a chance. Hey, if she wants to come on here, hey, we can make it a 2-hour show if she's got enough time to do it. 2 hours worth of talk about tackle. I know she's got a ton of stuff. I've seen some of the stuff that she went out and bought at these tackle places.
Yeah, Chrissy, that's pretty much what happened.
Oh, Chad's wanting to do the hummingbird because of the side imaging. And it goes with his trolling motor he wants.
I seen that little shorts video you did, Chad. That motor sounds pretty good.
Yeah. That boat's looking good.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice being out there on the water.
Yeah.
He's gonna love it when the wind picks up. That thing's gonna go right through that wind like it ain't nothing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, his boat's made for that, definitely.
Ernie, I want to make sure y'all video record that. We need to see that.
And Mike Irvin says he loves his Garmin too. Yeah, I mean a lot of people use the Garmin, but yeah, Lawrence is good ones, and some of the hummingbirds I'm guessing they're all decently good. I mean I've heard a lot of people actually change from the hummingbirds to the Garmins or the Lawrences.
$73-gallon fuel tank, brother. You better go get a loan to fill that thing up.
Man, I know how much it is to fill up a 33-gallon, but I don't know about the 73. Whew. Right now, my gas is about $70 to fill mine completely full from almost empty. So that's just on my truck. So 73-gallon fuel tank on a boat, man.
On the other side of that, and if you put in a certain spot at a tournament or something and you want to make a long run, you ain't got no worries.
No,
You're gonna make it there and back. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You said you only had about an hour worth of chat? We're getting close to that now. So
yeah, I've only got an hour tonight. But.
Yeah, that's fine. No big deal. Anytime you want to step back, I'm gonna keep the chat going. If anybody wants, I'm probably gonna see if Chad wants to jump in real quick, and we'll chat along in a little bit. Anything you want to show off or tell anybody coming in on tackles?
Mainly with your tackle, man. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple and get out there and catch you some fish. Figure out what them fish want. That's my motto's always been: keep it simple. You go and put, you can put $25 on one line and you get broke off, man. You just lost $25 worth of stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, keep it simple. Go out and just have some fun, catch you some fish. I mean, a hook, some lines, some hooks, some sinkers. You're good to go.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I appreciate you asking me to come on, man. I mean,
no problem at all, man. Anytime.
I keep my stuff pretty simple, so I hope the stuff that I showed, hope people like, and maybe they can learn something. I don't know, but
I've already seen it. I mean, your rigs are pretty simple. They're not over the top with all the bling, everything on it. Some of the rigs for the skipjack and stuff like that. I mean, I can still use that stuff, not just for skipjack. I mean, I can use it for my bluegills, whatever. Especially if I know I'm in a spot that's got a bunch of bait fish in it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Ernie says, great show. Thanks, Mike, for coming on. Yep.
All right. Hey, Ernie, send me a message, buddy. You wanna get in contact with me? You send me a message. I'll shoot my phone number to you in Messenger, and you can text me that way.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna. If anybody wants to chat, you all can hop on here. If not, I'll probably just go ahead and end it for today. We'll just make this one a short one for today. I know there's other people. Hilljack, yeah, definitely Hilljack. I'll hit you up on Facebook. Yep, absolutely. Or you can hit me up. Don't matter to me. But yeah, we'll talk. We'll definitely get you on the show, or we'll talk about some stuff. Definitely. Yeah, Thomas. Walmart's always hiring. Yep, he can work right beside old Lyle Stokes at the front door greeter. I better be nice. I had Lyle on here, so
there you go.
yeah, I better be nice. All right, so we'll go ahead and end this for today. This is What's in Your Tackle. I'm Kelly with the Bullock Experience. Our guest today was Mike Greenwell, Mr. Bumpin' Mike Greenwell.
That's right.
And we will see you all out there. See you back in here. Mike, you got a show coming up again Saturday, don't you?
Saturday night, I got my buddy Kyle McComb. He don't have a YouTube page, but he catches some good fish, and we're gonna pick his brain a little bit. He's got some. He should have some good information for us. I'm sorry.
You got Facebook, Instagram, or anything like that?
He's got Facebook and all that. He just don't do the YouTube thing.
No, you do. All right, we'll make sure we push that out there.
Definitely. We'll have some good information for us.
Absolutely. All right, guys, you all be safe. Mike, appreciate it, definitely, and we will catch you all on the next one.
See you guys.